Hey, it's Psycho Reject here with another deck profile. I'm probably going to say this a lot because I love all my decks, but this is my Toon deck, and it's super fun, super awesome. And let's get started. So, obviously, since we're running a Toon deck, you need 3 Toon Kingdoms. For those of you who don't know, banish top 3 of your deck face down, and it becomes Toon World. Your opponent can't target your toons with card effects, and if you get mirror forced, you can basically say, "Oh, I have 2 toons on, have 2 toons on the field. Guess what? Banish the top 2 of your deck, and then keep those toons on the field." Pretty good. I like it. Better than Toon World, or I think that's the only other. Yeah, there's just a bunch of different arts for Toon World, because Toon World is just a continuous spell. This is an actual field card. And then, because of that, we need 2 terraformings. And then another card to search out Toon World, if you'd like, is Toon Table of Contents. Let's move that up. Yeah, Toon Table of Contents, what that does, it lets you search out a Toon card from your deck. It's okay. It's pretty cool. Then I run 3 comic hands, which is kind of nice. You could bump it down to 2 if you like, but I personally like 3 because I do banish a lot, because this deck isn't only a Toon deck, it's also a banish deck, which makes it a little more playable and not so getting smacked on. And comic hand, I do believe you just need a Toon World on the field. Yeah, you need Toon World, equip it to your opponent's monster, and basically say, your monster is mine. Alright, and since we can't really protect our Toon World, we can protect our Toon monsters with Toon Kingdom, but we can't protect the spell card. So I run 3 Magic Reflectors, because why not? 1 Monster Reborn, if I'm lucky enough to get it. Sometimes I'm not. And 3 Pot of Desires. I usually hate running that in this deck, but with this deck, it's actually really good, because I have 6 targets for a banish side of the deck, which is pretty nice. And that's all the spells. And we only run 4 traps. So we run 2 Toon Masks. Basically, when an opponent plays a card on the field, you can say, "Hey, guess what? I'm choosing that card, and I'm special summoning a card from my hand or deck." I do believe it's hand or deck. I don't think you can do it from the graveyard. Yep, hand or deck. And it also counts on XYZs. Doesn't count on links, but that's fine. And that's if you control Toon World, I do believe. Yeah, when you control Toon World on that one, you can use this card. The next one is Toon Briefcase, 2 of them, because I don't like your card. I want to shuffle it back into the deck. You have to control a Toon monster. And that's really all it for the spells and traps there. Pretty great deck. It's a strange deck for a Toon deck, but I personally love playing it. So we have the Redstone, or the Blackstone Legend. I don't know why I always want to call it the Redstone. But yeah, 3 Redstone Legend. If you don't know what that does, tribute it for Red Eyes. We have 3 Toon Red Eyes. I keep putting it all the way down at the bottom of the screen. But 3 Toon Red Eyes, and what Toon Red Eyes does is it doesn't need Toon World on the field, which is great because most Toons do, and it can special summon a Toon from your hand. So great combo with that is having the Stone and Red Eyes here, or having the Stone get Red Eyes, and then have 3 Toon Dark Magicians, because you discard a Toon card, and you can special summon a monster from your deck, or you could get a spell or trap. You can't search out Comic Hand with it, but you can get Toon Table of Contents also doesn't get Comic Hand. Sorry. Then you have 2 Toon Cyber Dragons because it's the cutest little thing ever for a Cyber Dragon. It has the same effect as normal Cyber Dragon. You can special summon it to the side of the field, and like all Toons, it can attack directly, but none of them can attack the first turn. Then those are all the monsters that don't need Toon World to be on the field. So here's the monsters that do, or they get destroyed. Toon Mermaid, because you can special summon her, and it's not a once per turn, so you can special summon both those if they're in your hand. I've actually done it twice. It's pretty nice. And then you have to pay 500 life points to do damage, but at first I thought that was really crap, but realizing that she can special summon herself is pretty decent. And then we run 2 Toon Gemini Elves. What she does, when she does battle damage, you can randomly discard one of your opponent's cards from their hand, which is really decent. And I run one Mass Sorcerer. I don't know why I forgot his name for a second. 1 Toon Mass Sorcerer. His effect, when he does damage, you get to draw a card. You could bump that up to 2 if you like, but for me, I personally just like the 1. And that's it for all the Toon monsters. Now, for the banished part of the deck is 3 Eaters of Millions, because we're a-holes, and 3 Grand Maju.Izia. I've never actually said his full name, so if I butchered it wrong, oh well. And Eaters, you banish 5 cards from your hand, field, or extra deck. I usually just go from the extra deck. And he gets 100. All right. Nope. Eaters gets 100 for every face-down banish card, so that's why I run the banish, because Toon Kingdom helps beef him up hardcore, and that's on both sides of the field. And once per turn during the damage step, you can say, "Oh yeah, by the way, you're attacking my Eaters a Million. Well, I'm going to banish it. I'm going to banish your card that's attacking, or I'm going to banish that card that I'm attacking," which is really nice. Gets rid of a lot of problematic cards. And then Grand Majin, he's really good because he gets 400 attack and defense for every card on your side of the field that's banished. I've done it a few times that I've actually had almost my entire deck banished because I'm an a-hole, and had him face down. It's pretty awesome because they just attack into it, and by the time they attack into it, it's usually neck and neck, and I usually have nothing on the field because I'm baiting them with this guy. And then they attack that, and it gets, game for me. Really nice. Oh, and then the last banish card, 2 Necrofaces. That's why we went 3 Pot of Desires. I can just keep shuffling everything and hope for the best. But, and another thing, his effect does not pop when he gets banished face down, because technically no one knows that he's face down but you, which is a great thing. But that's it for the main deck. For the extra deck, we only have like 5 cards, maybe 6. It's all XYZ cards that we use. So 2 Big Eyes, another Change of Heart, but instead of a Change of Heart, I get to keep that card for the detached material. We run 2 Utopias because, Utopia, and 1 Utopia the Lightning. I had 2, but I gave Fluff 1 for those of you who know who Fluff is. And I occasionally go into Abyss Dweller, but I don't go into him too much. But that's the main cards that we use for the side deck. Basically everything else is, just Eater's fuel. It's just there just because, why not? And with that, that's pretty much the deck profile for Toons. I know some people run the Relinquished card with Insta-Fusion. I don't see a point in my personal opinion, because I don't ever get the chance to use it because I constantly want to save all my cards, keep banishing, and then, you know, get a Necroface and a Grand Majin and just wipe the field. Well, not wipe the field, but, you know, take big chunks from my opponent. But, yeah, that's my Toon deck profile. There is a deck that I've wanted to make, but I've only seen one, and that was from like 5 years ago. Phantom Beast Rock Lizard. That card is amazing, and I want to see it like in today's format, I guess. Like, I don't know, I just love that card. But anybody got a deck profile for that, that'd be great. I kind of want to see what people think. I can't pick things up because I have, you know, no nail. But thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share, whatever you'd like to do, and enjoy the rest of y'all's day.